Interestingly enough, this month marks 7 years since I started doing the Mundane Matt channel. 7 years this month. It's crazy how time has flown and what's happened. There's been a lot of good, been some crazy, some bad stuff. Ultimately, it's more of a positive experience than not. And I love what I do, and I keep doing it every day because of that. But I think back to when I started. I think back to where it all began. And for me, it began in my apartment in North Hollywood off of Bachman Avenue, right there in the NoHo Arts District, when I started talking about Coney 2012, and it all kind of went from there. And when I hear about YouTubers in LA and the crazy shit they get into, I just kind of reminisce about when I was there and reminisce about all the things that happened when I lived in LA and the fact that I'd love to live back there one day. Although I definitely don't want to be this YouTuber named Furry Potato who was shot and wounded outside of an LA synagogue. Yeah, this happened the other day. This has been talked about here. Furry Potato is her name. It's a transgender YouTuber who goes by the term, and this is true, a First Amendment auditor. Don't quite know what that means. Not much more definition than that, but she currently has about 17,000 subscribers. And what she does is her and her friend go to public places and basically test the limits of free speech. That, of course, is probably where the auditor part comes from. They test the limits of free speech. Keep in mind that this is a person who was, I think, last year arrested for hurling racial slurs at a Marine recruiter. Yeah, not really a smart move. Not really a super smart move to do. But ultimately got her arrested, I think, held on $75,000 bail, and ultimately ordered to pay a $100 fine. And that was really about it. But that's exactly what Furry Potato does, or her real name, or her real name is Zhoie Perez. She is 45 years old and goes around live streaming, being disturbing in public places that push the boundaries of free speech, which in and of itself, I guess, is free speech. So there we go. That's her whole thing. Now, this particular situation where she got shot, I'm still trying to figure out exactly why it happened. Now, Zhoie was hanging out by an all-Jewish high school and just walking around, live streaming this high school. And there happened to be a security guard there who kept telling her to get out, kept telling her to leave, and kept basically saying like, hey, don't do anything stupid. And the dude was obviously worried. He was obviously intimidated to an extent. Now, Zhoie is not a small person. She is what's the word I want to use here? Large, like robust, tall, transgender woman. So wearing all black with the camera in this guy's face. Now, granted, he was behind a barrier. He was behind a fence, a gate. So there's no way she could have gotten to him. But still, at some point in time, it feels like her audit was intimidating this guy. And I want to know why at this Jewish only high school was a security guard rocking a Glock. It's a private high school. They could probably have armed security there, but this dude was in like riot gear and afraid of a 45-year-old transgender woman. So he fired a warning shot at the ground, which apparently then ricocheted and hit Zhoie in the leg, causing, according to paramedics, a deep graze. So she wasn't like point blank shot. It was, well, don't get me wrong, I don't agree with any of it. The guy was stupid for doing it. Why would you do that? Why would you sit there and get so worked up at this person with a camera in your face that you would fire a warning shot at the ground on concrete? Where do you think the bullet is going to go? What do you think is going to happen? Listen, I'm not glad she was hit, but I'm glad that it didn't hit a kid. What if someone would have been walking, what if a woman would have been like walking her kid down the road, walking her baby, pushed in a stroller, and the bullet ricocheted and took out the child? I mean, why would you do that? That's so stupid. So there's got to be a reason why this guy, his name is Edwin Oh, God, I'm going to mispronounce this. Zhoie Grunfeld, 44 years old. They arrested him on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon. Apparently, it seems that way. It seems that he was, in fact, did commit assault with a deadly weapon. Now, look, you can find the actions of Zhoie completely annoying, and I honestly would find the actions of Zhoie completely annoying. I get the concept of a First Amendment auditor. I get the idea behind that. Oh, I want to go in public and say really shitty things to prove I have First Amendment rights. Okay, so you want to be a dick in public because it's legally okay for you to be a dick in public. Fine. Just admit what it is. Acknowledge what it is. Just acknowledge what you do. You can still do it. No one's going to stop you. But what I want to know is what was said to Edwin to get him to fire a shot and say that, it was a warning shot. And the thing is even other people who are walking by said that they saw Zhoie dressed all in black, arguing with the security guard. And it seemed like the situation was escalating, according to a coffee shop employee from across the street. So to witnesses, the situation appeared to be escalating. Maybe there had been threats made against the school and the security guard wasn't too sure what was going to happen. I mean, who knows? We've got Representative Steve King, who's talked about white supremacy. We've got the alt-right on the rise in certain aspects. White supremacy in Charlottesville, with the Jews will not replace us chants. Who knows? Maybe even Baked Alaska was hanging around there, and they caught wind of him, like, oh, I've seen that dude at Charlottesville, milk in the face. Be careful. Who knows? But at no point in time does that justify the actions. I just want to make that abundantly clear. At no point in time does that justify firing a warning shot at concrete. That is the stupidest damn thing anyone could do. Look, I'm all for security guards being armed, but at the same time, not this particular person. Not this particular person. So far, it's just Zhoie's out. And Zhoie is, recovering. And I'm pretty sure this is going to do a nice boost for her YouTube subs. And it's only going to invigorate her further to go and test the boundaries of the First Amendment. Because now she's got an actionable lawsuit against this high school and this security guard that will clearly be paid out to make it all go away. That's going to happen, guaranteed. And it will be fascinating to see what she does next, even though I guarantee you it won't be pretty. She's already been arrested. She's been shot. Who knows where things go after this? The problem with this kind of YouTube career, and I'll be honest here, is that once you kind of hit that peak, the maximum amount of attention you're going to get, the next level is pushing it even further and even further and even further and even further. And eventually you hit a wall where the only thing left to do to keep that attention, to keep that adrenaline, that endorphins running from all of that positive attention is to do something stupid. We've seen it happen. We've seen people do dumb things in order to maintain that level. Because when it comes to YouTube, and this is, again, being wholly honest here, the highs are high, the lows are shit. But they happen. So I hope Zhoie recovers well. It's unfortunate she was shot. The security guard's an idiot. But I hope her next move in this career is not one that takes her life. Because that's how I view the trajectory she's on right now. If she's only into this for the fame and attention. Which, if you are a First Amendment auditor on the internet, you kind of are in it for the fame and attention. As Indiana Jones once said, fortune and glory. Fortune and glory. So anyway, if you guys made it this far, go ahead and write potato in the chat. I feel that's fitting. Toss the video a thumbs up if you'd like. I'd appreciate that. Helps mitigate the damage against people who subscribe just to dislike and then leave. And if you want to support the channel, Patreon, Subscribe Star, you can join it. Link below. And let me know your thoughts on this one. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out. Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. Since you're here, why don't leave a comment? Let me know what you think about stuff. If you want to subscribe to the channel, you can do that as well. And you check out any of these great, fantastic, amazing commentary tracks by me. That's right. I'm not egotistical or narcissistic at all. I'm just your average, everyday, normal YouTuber. Thanks for watching.